This video, we're going to interpret frequency histograms, frequency polygons, relative frequency histograms, and ogives. Let's go ahead and get started. Use the frequency histogram to the right to complete the following parts. Let's determine the number of classes: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The least frequency is about 10. The greatest frequency is about 300. And the width of the classes, take the difference between these midpoints here, is 5. And what pattern does it show? Shows that about half of the respondents here have salaries that are between 40,000 down here, 40,000, and 49,000 up there. So, right. Let's go ahead and look at this frequency polygon. Just a note here that these points that lie on the 0 at the end down here don't represent actual data. We extend one class width to the left and one class width to the right and carry it down to the x-axis with 0 measurement. So the first actual data that we have is here, and the last data we have is here. So use the frequency polygon to identify the class with the greatest and the class with the least frequency. So the class boundaries with the greatest frequency, it's going to be here, and 34 is going to be in the middle. We need to have a width of 3, so we need to go 1.5 to the left and 1.5 to the right. 34.0 minus 1.5 is 32.5, and add 1.5 to 34, you get 35.5. So C is the correct answer. And then the boundaries for the class with the least frequency, so 16 minus 1.5 is 14.5, and then 16 plus 1.5 is 17.5. It's 14.5 to 17.5. Let's go ahead and look at this next one. Use the frequency histogram to complete the following parts. Identify the class with the greatest and the class with the least relative frequency. So relative frequency is shown here. Greatest relative frequency is going to be 25%. And that's from, let's see, we have a width here of 2. And so 1 to the left, that's 39.5, and that's 41.5. So 39.5 to 41.5 centimeters has the greatest relative frequency. The least relative frequency is 47.5 to 49.5. And the greatest relative frequency is about 0.25, and the smallest is about 0.01. It's about 1%. Identify one fact that the data show. About 25% of females have fibula lengths between 39.5 and 41.5 centimeters, which we set up here, but that is B that we can gather from that graph. Now this is going to be an ogive. An ogive shows cumulative, relative, or cumulative frequencies, excuse me. So it's going to always be increasing here. And we're going to have to look at the slopes to see where it's increasing at the greatest rate, where the graph is the steepest, is usually what we're going to be asking. So use the ogive to approximate the number of people in the sample. That looks like 55 was the total number of people sampled, because that's the cumulative frequency at the end. And then choose the correct location of the greatest increase in the frequency. So where's the graph the steepest? And that looks like right here, from 22.5 to 23.5 pounds. That's the steepest part of the graph, so that's where the greatest increase occurred. All right, that's it for this video. We'll come back next time and we'll start talking about 2.2. See you for the next video.